Hey, what's up? I hope you're doing just fine. So, in a previous video, I told the story on how I left my strats behind when I came from Brazil to Australia. Last year, I had the chance to travel to Brazil and then I brought them along. To do so, I simply detached the necks from the bodies and then attached them back upon arrival. The subject today is my old Squier California strat. It has a basswood body, maple neck, and maple fingerboard. And it was made in China around 2005, or that's what I believe based on the serial number. The sad part is that when attaching the neck back to the body and making a cleanup, I broke one of the tone potentiometers. And this is the whole motivation to start this mod. Okay, so this middle series switch mod is basically I'm doing that with this DPDT push pull potentiometer, and for the mod I'm using uh, both both items. I'm using the potentiometer and the DPDT. So basically, you have your middle pickup connected normally to the five-way switch. Nothing changes there. But from that slug on the five-way switch, I bring another wire here to the middle slug of the potentiometer. Then I link this with another wire to the top pair of slugs of the PDT switch. So they are tied together. Then on the bottom of the PDT switch, I'm linking those the last pair here of slugs and linking them to ground. So I'm using the case of the PDT switch as ground. I'm also linking this to the last slug of the potentiometer, right? This is going to ground as well. And the middle pair of slugs from the PDT switch, I use them to connect the negative wire from the neck pickup and the negative from the bridge pickup. So they would be both affected in the same way. But I could, but this basically means if I intend to never use the pickup, I can go there and just disconnect this wire and connect it directly to wire. So then the neck pickup wouldn't be affected for this mod affected by this mod in the future, right? So the way it works is that when the push pull is deactivated, I just have my negatives for neck and bridge going to the ground. So you just have your single coils acting normally. When I push the push pull up, then the negative will be linked for both of them, right? It will be linked to the hot wire of the middle pickup. So that will connect them in series. So neck will be in series with the middle pickup, and the bridge will be in series with the middle pickup. Then this connection to ground here in the potentiometer, if I turn this potentiometer all to the other side, so I will have here 200K of resistance between the hot of the middle pickup and ground. So that doesn't affect the pickup, so the pickup will have full power, right? But if I start turning this to the other side, then I will start leaking the signal from the middle pickup to ground. What that allows me to do is not only have the neck pickup or the bridge pickup in series to the middle pickup, building a fake humbucker, but I can have a certain blend of this middle pickup as I wish, right? So because if I turn all this to the other side here, I will have zero resistance between hot and ground for the middle pickup. That is the equivalent of not having the middle pickup in series with them at all. It's just they will be those two singles by themselves. But I have all this curves in the middle to choose how much I want of this guy here in series. That's really interesting because what I think, and you see for yourself in the demos, is that, well, if they are full in series with the middle pickup, is too strong of a signal, is too much low end, and kind of it's too different of the rest of the tones for the same guitar. So this is why this potentiometer here is really interesting. I couldn't do with a simple toggle switch. This mod will be much less usable. So this is a great thing. So yeah, we could maybe discard the PD3 and just use this here, and just a potentiometer for the mod. But I use both so I can quickly deactivate my fake humbucker at any time I want. So the first thing here is to release the pickguard. So after taking off the strings, then I'm unscrewing the pickguard, and then we can see what we have under the hood. And well, that's my work from years ago. There's a lot of black tape, and there's even a PCB board working as a central point for the ground, because I had some additional switching and a lot of wires coming through. Yeah, we'll try to optimize that during this mod. Other thing that we'll be fixing here is this shielding with aluminum foil that will be replaced with proper copper foil. I also have to unsolder the connections to the jack, the output jack, and then the ground connection to the ground of the jack and the ground that comes from the bridge. So something I want to tackle as well is, in this current setup, I have 3 wires holding the pickguard to the guitar. The positive, the live wire from the jack, the negative wire from the jack, and the ground coming from the bridge. And I don't see really a necessity for that. And that's what you see in most schemes, so everything is grounded to the volume pot. But those 3 wires are kind of a pain when you're trying to feed back the pickguard with a lot of wires to the guitar. So my approach when reassembling the pickguard will be a little bit different. Now that the pickguard is released, we can start also taking off the pickups. Those are my trustworthy Tex-Mex, and they're a really great tone. And I'll take off all the electronics from the pickguard. Here are the new pots I'm installing. They are from DiMarzio, both 250 kV. And there's also this one bag pot that, in the end, I end up not using that. You can see I'm just looking at the old electronics and scratching my head. And I think it's a good practice to just clean up everything, even the new pots. I'm cleaning them up with some contact cleaner before starting the installation. Even the 5-way switch, which is a brand new 5-way switch. Here we see the 5-way switch already mounted to the pickguard. Looks much more solid than the original one. And I'll be reusing the tone pot from the previous installation. It's one of those small pots, but yeah, I don't have a replacement for it right now, and I don't think it's really necessary. The tone pot was fine before, so let's keep it for now. I also tried to add all the soldering points to the case of those new pots before putting them into the pickguard, because to add the soldering points, they require really high temperature, so I didn't want to damage the component. So I want to do all this grounding soldering thing done as much as possible before going to the pickguard, and then putting all together with the wires from the pickups. So then I'll leave all the more delicate soldering with the more delicate wires more to the end of the process. So now I'm starting with the new volume pot and making the necessary connection to the pickguard. Now we also have the tone pot connected with the necessary connection to the 5-way switch. And also the third pot, which will be our push-pull or the middle series blend mod. Now it's time to bring back the pickups. I'll start with the bridge, soldering the bridge to the 5-way switch. So the hot wire goes to the 5-way switch as normal as any scheme you see on the internet. I like to use this scheme from the Seymour Duncan page. But the negative goes to the PDT switch, to the push-pull as described in the previous explanation. So now the last pickup is the neck pickup, is missing to be connected, and yeah, I try to keep all the wires together as possible and limit the amount of unnecessary connections. Yeah, so now all pickups are connected. At this point I already have the pickups cavity in the body shielded with the copper tape. Once everything is okay, I connected the 2 wires I have to connect to make the connection between the pickguard and the guitar body. Then I use a screwdriver to tap the poles of the pickups, testing the connection for all the combinations and to check if they are working, if the potentiometers are working correctly. Then when I place the pickguard to the body, I test everything again just to check if pushing the pickguard against the body will not break anything or lead to any bad kind of ground connection. Then I can screw back the output jack to the body, screw back the pickguard and restring the whole thing, and then we can run some demos.